Hello, everyone. How's everybody doing? Welcome. Hey, Miss Gotti. Murph, my brother, he's here. How you
Hello, my
doing?
love. Hello, my sister.
Come on in, everyone. Jamie. Hey, Jamie. Everybody come on in. Looks like Mike set up and was ready to go. So now we're just waiting for him to get over here. He
He's
had
fallen down the
everything set
toilet
up.
again.
I don't know what I haven't heard from Mike today. I'm assuming he got good rest last night. Hey Tahir, what's going on? Begert Anderson, what's going on? So I'm assuming he got good rest and he was ready to go. I know he's been drinking a lot of water, so I hope that kidney stone is not tearing into him because I'm a little nervous about that, honestly. So how's everybody's day been going? Good? Night, morning, evening, whatever, wherever you are in the world. Everybody been all right?
So Steph's jealous because I just told her that I've got new glasses that have speakers in the headset and a microphone.
Yeah, he has some fancy stuff. He has like some Mission Impossible type stuff, some Batman glasses. You talking and the bit like, I mean, I must be far removed because I'm still like on speakerphone because I don't want to get another earpiece because every time I get one, it gets lost and I'm like, um
Why do you think I got the glasses? It's because
you know what?
I always lose my earbuds. That's why.
I might have to do that. What's going on, Guy? Miss Fortune, hey, how you doing? Miss D, what's going on? JRS, hey. Robin, come on in, come on in. Everybody, come on in, get comfortable. Cookie, hey. And Cookie with the win, yes. Why are storage containers making noise? Please sign the petition. Yes. Stop ignoring the screams. Okay. And
Miss
so,
Misty, we hope that your kiddo wins at basketball.
yes, good luck to them. Absolutely. If you haven't signed the petition already and that's something that you feel like you want to participate in, please do and please share it. You do not have to donate. Those donations do not come to us. They are for um, the website that we put the petition on. So please do not feel like you have to donate. You can do it for free. So just skip that part when it comes to the donations if you do not want to donate because those donations do not come to us. So I feel like I need to say that all the time because they kind of sneak that in there. JRS, Barbara. Hey Barbara, how you doing? All right, everybody come on in, get comfortable, get comfortable. Um I don't know what Mike has in store for us today. What does it say?
So
Uh,
I know that we're going to go over the video that me and you did earlier on your live.
okay,
Um,
okay.
I know that
Full
because
circle
here
though.
the video's been taken down, but
Has
to
it?
he managed to grab it before he did. So
Oh goodness. Well, hopefully they didn't strike my channel. You know, they love to strike my channel. I'm like, I'm not even monetized. I keep striking me like I'm making money off of this thing. Like, y'all ain't got nothing else to do.
there's
Hey
been
Mike,
lots of
where you
striking
at?
of today, lots of striking of channels.
Yeah, what's going on? Saturday they must work hard. What's going on, Mike? Where you at? Well, maybe not tell us, but
I'm
we're
telling you,
starting.
toilet again, or he's gone to get KFC. It's one of the two. It's always one of the two.
Mike, hey, where are you? All right. I came in, I started. I see his chair sitting there, but he's not in his chair. So, you know, yeah, it could be. Could be another quick run here. Um, so to hear what is it? Okay, well, we'll wait for Mike. We'll see. You know, Mike wants to just got out the shower. Well, that's a good place to be, Mike, and coming out the shower. You know, no worries. We'll be here.
Yeah,
they
don't worry. Don't worry. We'll
they
hold
did
fort.
Cookie. They struck Maggie's channel the end of her live. Wow, that's I don't know what is going on. They must not like our little group, huh? Hey, Murph, I got a question because I'm starting to go live on TikTok and post videos about the channel. Is there a hashtag for the movement?
Yeah, it's hashtag where are the children.
Hashtag where are the children? Thank you, Miss Gothi, for remembering because I wanted to make sure that we got you an answer to that. Hey, Dragon, how you doing? My son got a kidney stone from eating too much salty foods. Ooh.
Can I just throw a massive shout out to Dragon, who's my brother from another mother, because him and his wife sent me a donation earlier on without me
Really?
to get something for my daughter.
Oh, that is awesome. Thank you, Dragon. Thank you. Like I am just moved by the heart of the people that are around us. It's humbling, and we're just so grateful for you guys and just the care that you give to us. I had a donation today as well from Bonnie, and let me tell you, it was unbelievable.
Trust
There
me,
she is. There
Steph
she is.
was holding back the tears. She was holding back the
Yes,
tears.
I was like, "You're not gonna get me, Bonnie," but it was just I'm so grateful for just that, that donation, and just for thinking of me and trusting me with it, because I feel like when people give, financially, that they really have to trust, you are who you say you're going to be. Like, you don't just give money to people that you don't think are going to do right by it. So it's like,
Yeah,
that says a lot, you know.
can I just mention as well that that maybe I should speak to you about this behind the scenes. I'll send you a text before you say whether I can speak about it or not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Another Bonnie. We got two Bonnies. Hello, everyone. Happy I'm here on time, pushing like button. I love y'all. Thank you so much, Bonnie. Thank you. Thank you. Where's Cassandra? I hope she's good. No, no, Cassandra. I saw her earlier today. I saw her. She's been around. She was actually in my live early this morning. Number 14. Good evening, everyone. Hey, Aspen, how you doing? How are you? Let me see if I got your message yet. Not yet. Not yet. I'm so bad with the messages. Once I put my phone down, I don't think to pick it up, and I usually come back and there's a bunch of messages. Holly Grace, hey, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Um, Everybody just come in, get comfortable. We're waiting for Mike to dry off because he said he was in the shower, and get
Mike
down
takes about
here.
40. He takes about 40 minutes in the shower.
He said he was getting out, so dry off, throw on some shorts. Oh, that's why he has to go outside to come downstairs though too. So be careful on the snow and ice. Don't fall and bust a hip or nothing. So take your time. Take your time. Uh, temper. Did I say tamper or temper? Temper.
Temper,
I don't know why
temper,
I can't
temper's
see it.
awesome. We love temper. Temper
How
is
you
awesome.
doing? Come on in, come on in, get comfortable. Everybody scooch in, make some room, make some room. Um, you know, yeah, we had a great live this morning. I try to do the mornings so that I can get in, get out of everybody's way.
And
And I think we had a
on
great
holiday
time.
as well. She's on holiday as well. So and
Yes, I
she's
am. I am.
herself. So she's like, "Ooh, I've got the space. I can do what I want."
Yes, I can do whatever I want. Nobody's bothering me. I'm just chilling with everybody. We read some of the book, at my live this morning. So that was great. And Plotter had his child on his lap, so they got to listen, and now they want a pet pig. So no more spoilers. No
No,
more
that
spoilers.
was great. And your channel is gonna. I'm gonna drop the link again now because we need to get Steph's channel up, man.
I
Because
appreciate that. I
Steph,
appreciate that.
Steph, trust me, Steph is the backbone of what we're trying to achieve here by doing what we're doing.
Hey,
So
Mike. And I was on Maggie's this afternoon chopping it up with her. Maggie's always fun because we always get to laugh and joke
What's
about.
happening, folks?
Mike, go
How
back up.
you doing?
Oops.
Is there an echo?
Oh,
It's not from
there's a
me.
double going on. I don't know where it's going at. Coming from.
I am sending the pig. I'm sending the pig to Plotter
No,
for his child. So I think we started something. So Auntie Steph will be sending the pig. But I'm not responsible if the pig eats up all the sweets. Okay.
1 2 1 2. Can y'all hear me?
Yes,
Yeah.
we can hear you. We can definitely hear you.
Something was doubling up. I'm drinking a lot of water, y'all, and I'm gonna let y'all know I am scared as hell.
Mm.
What about flying?
But
But
hey,
not
base
only
girl.
flying, it feel like, yeah, I can tell my body changing and some different things happening.
You need to go get that checked out before you get on that long flight, Mike.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. I don't even know why you
Yeah, I
said
know
that.
nobody listens to me, so
Like I'm a
He's a
how
man.
I'm
He's
gonna
a
go.
man.
It's 2 days. The day
He's
the
a man.
day
He's not going to do
Saturday.
that.
urgent care. You can go same
What they
day.
gonna do? Take some X-rays and tell me I got a kidney stone. What they gonna do?
But they might tell you if it's getting to a point where you have to do something about it, then you might have to make some arrangements when you get there. You know,
Just go to a doctor. That's all people know. Go fuck a doctor. Excuse me, y'all.
That's why you drinking that water. See,
That's what everybody said. There's been people that live with kidney stones for over 15, 20 years.
yeah, but that's painful.
Yeah, they when you it get painful, you drink water. My boss, she said she had a kidney stone for like 10 years.
Your
She
boss
like,
is you said it's a female.
yeah, female boss.
Yeah,
She
but
Mm.
said,
as a male, mate, it comes out through your, you know where.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Well, women have babies, so it's probably, okay for
so
not
are
as bad for a woman.
we talking about how a man passed a kidney stone like nobody in the world knows about that? Everybody
No,
knows
no,
that.
no. I'm just saying.
I'm
I'm
just
Everybody-
saying.
saying
If,
it
if you if you
like
if you want to if you want to feel that pain, keep going through it.
I mean, I don't have no choice. First of all, the kidney stone is so big and it's stuck where it won't pass. It ain't gonna pass. I done took
mm,
all these pills. I went on Amazon and got this stone busting pill, 3 different kinds. I started doubling up, did all the lemon and all the home remedies. And all that stuff make you feel better. Don't nothing make you feel better than water. But I also got some other stuff going on. Hey y'all, how y'all doing? YouTube.
JRS said to listen to me. That's what JRS said, but
You
nobody
tell
listens to you,
JRS I
JRS.
said go upstairs.
Either way, Mike, we love you, man. We love you.
Somebody
Yes, we
somebody
do.
done changed their picture. So yeah, I think it's time to make a serious change. Um yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, where my glasses at? Um anyway, enough about this kidney stone. Laser that, Mike. Laser, yeah.
What you
Um
got for us today?
even if I was to hit the laser, it ain't going, you know what I'm saying?
There is a medication over here. I don't know if it's called the same in the States, but I'll find out the name of the medication for you because I had one and they gave me a medication that basically shrinks it and then dissolves it.
Base
So
girl says stop eating stones and you won't have no kidney stone. Yeah. Nah, homie. All right. Tahir had put you had put hey cookie. JR Aston put up another beautiful picture. Good God Almighty, Big
I
B.
can't see
I've
none of the
no idea.
pictures.
I've got no idea why my picture has changed. By the way,
Yeah, because you changed.
It did change. Huh, that's
You went
interesting.
from crazy to crazier.
oh, shut up, Mike. Go upstairs.
Go upstairs. There you go. Go upstairs. Oh, I'm
Hey
sorry.
Tanya. Hey, how you doing?
Uh, oh, you changing them.
Are you changing or am I changing it? Who's
Nah, my
changing it?
bad. I'm being nosy. I just wanted to see this
Go
beautiful.
ahead, change it. Go ahead, talk to your people. I'll
Hey,
let you change it.
Bonnie. Bonnie. Baba J.
You
Let's
changing it?
golly.
See, when I let him change
Y'all
it, you
go
see
ahead.
he
Go
don't
ahead.
do nothing.
You go ahead. Go ahead.
See, you see
Hey,
how
yeah. Yeah, what's going on?
I be over here doing my job. He muted himself. Yeah. See, I'm over here doing my job, clicking and moving, and he just be in here messing me all up now and forgot where I was.
Who was that? I didn't even see who it was.
On the phone with him that just called him. I don't know. Somebody.
Somebody. Oh, somebody. Is anybody? Sorry, I was just singing the Queen song then.
Have a line of coffee grinds. Oh goodness. Yeah, he needs to figure. I mean, if he has to get it lasered, it might be cheaper to get it lasered over there, and might get better care over there. So it's okay to get it done over there, but have a plan. Don't just leave it. But nobody listens to me. I don't know nothing. What do I know? I'm just
People
saying.
have had kidney stones removed and they come back. This guy said I
Yeah.
had five operations, 5 different times, and they keep coming back. So I'm just gonna live with it. I'm tired of going under the knife.
Well, how many times does it come back on you?
But it's the first one I had. I didn't know what it was. My stomach kept hurting. My stomach kept hurting. I said, man, God. And I didn't realize that I was drinking I drink a lot of water anyway. It wasn't a whole lot of water. But yeah, look, Bonnie said the same thing. Mine came back. It seemed like to me, everybody that never had kidney stones tell you what you're supposed to do for kidney stones.
No, I don't have kidney stones because I drink nothing but water. But
Yeah, yeah. So,
no.
and the other day I noticed that I drunk that after the live stream, I couldn't sleep, so I drunk a big glass of wine just so I could sleep. Yeah, next thing you know, I started feeling like I'm dehydrated. I was thirsty. Then I started thinking my side was hurt, the kidney stone hurting. Then I was like, wait a minute. I better drink a lot of water because wine and alcohol and stuff like draws your kidney stone, you use the bathroom and it takes all the kidney stone and shrinks it down. When your kidney stone is shrunk down, or I don't know what word I'm trying to use, that's when you can feel that kidney stone when your kidney is shrunk down. So you need all the water in your kidneys so it can expand as much as you can get it. That way it relieves the pressure. That's what I've been noticing. So I drunk 10 of these yesterday. Yeah, 10 of them. I didn't count. I mean, I was just taking them down. And two it stopped hurting. So anyway, how y'all doing? All right. I thought he had it's right here. That's why. I was wondering why I couldn't find it. But I'm scared, man. It's not that I'm scared of flying. I'm not scared of flying. I just got a feeling something gonna happen, man.
What's the feeling, Mike?
Death. If I say it, then it won't happen.
Well, you just said it.
Right. So if I say it, then it doesn't happen. That's why I'm saying something about it.
No.
Yeah, every time I don't say something about something, that's I was gonna say that and it happened. But if I say it, then it don't happen.
Are you gonna get are you gonna get I know that she's your fiance. Are you gonna get married whilst you're over there? Because I know you're there for a long period of time.
No. We're gonna start the paperwork on the fiance visa and stuff like that.
Right, so
we can get you a 90-day fiance.
There you go. Get me on
90 man.
90-day fiance. You would be perfect candidate, Mike.
Mike's link. Yeah. Oh my gracious.
Imagine Mike on that show.
Yeah.
Yes.
What I'm gonna do when I first get to the Philippines, I'm gonna record, a lot. But when I first get there, it's gonna be day one of exercising. I'm gonna try to do 2. I am tired now. I laid in the bed, looked up. God dang, it's time. I'm taking too many naps.
Mm-hmm.
And ain't like, look, I just walked down the steps. So what?
I'm telling you now, that's a kidney stone, mate.
That's what I was thinking, but I'm not gonna say nothing because don't nobody listen to me anyway. So
trust me, that's a kidney stone, mate. That's what it does to you.
Make you tired?
Yep, make you tired all the time. Make you tired all the time. Because you can't digest properly, which then sends your body into
Hey Mike, little bees. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Hey Lily. Lily plays.
Oh, Lily plays. I said Lily bees. All right.
Hey Lily. Hey Lily.
Yeah, what's going on?
Yeah.
Shoot. God dang it, I was supposed to go and I need to plug up and start charging all these batteries.
Go and do it. Play the video, and so long as Steph, if it's downloaded, then Steph can start and stop it, and
I don't think it's downloaded.
He said that there was one that he downloaded for you.
No, I don't think he downloaded it, but I look. I think he just pulled it up some kind of way where it can play. But that'll be right on time if he can. The download.
Probably a kidney infection.
Oh Lord, listen.
You're gonna have 100 diagnoses by the time you get off this live today, Mike.
You got that right.
Pick one and go to the doctor and tell them, listen.
They told me what I need, Doc.
I got gallbladder. I got it all. Fix it.
We need it's an Emina. All right.
Oh Lord.
I already did a reaction to this, and Tahir is going to edit it up and put it on and everything. So we don't have to do no intro or anything. But Diddy rape accuser revealed explicit details from lawsuit full interview. They changed it. That wasn't the title.
Welcome to this special Friday night edition of the Banfield Show. Tonight, exclusive details in a harrowing story from a young woman who says she was brutally gang raped by Sean Diddy Combs.
Whoa. All right, this is the girl that seen it was one of Puffy friends. What happened was one of Puffy friends, right? Actually, they was at a bar or some restaurant or something. And this guy tried to impress this girl by calling Diddy on the FaceTime. And she was like, well, I'm not impressed because I'm not even a Diddy fan. And she said something like, plus I really think he killed Tupac, and that really pissed him off. So now I'm gonna get you back for that one. You know, that type of thing. So the story goes on. So oh my gracious.
About this accuser, Ashley Parham, is just that, her name. It's front and center. She chose not to remain anonymous in her lawsuit like so many others have.
Man, she decided, well, she got a little some kahunas on her then. She said she ain't gonna stay anonymous.
Well, her name's number one, her name's not Ashley, and she when it comes to the interview, she is in the dark.
Yeah.
So she is kind of anonymous, but she's come forward with her story.
But that's not her name.
No, that's not her name. No.
Oh.
So different is that she wasn't at a party. She wasn't even in the entertainment world. In fact, she says she's never even met Sean Combs in person before this had happened. Her 62-page complaint is filled with details and is one of at least 25 lawsuits that Diddy is now facing, in addition to facing federal criminal charges that could put him away for life.
Wait a minute. Tahir text me. I want to make sure we're not doing anything we had no business doing. Oops.
But somebody, Mike, just whilst we're on pause, somebody's just told me to for you to get Flomax.
Huh?
Somebody's just messaged me to say Mike needs Flomax to get rid of kidney stones. I'm just passing that message on.
All right, you said Flomax?
Yeah, Flomax.
Where you get that from?
The chemist, I'm guessing.
Oh, all right, Flomax. Oh, hit the wrong button.
I read a lot of those details right here on the air the night that lawsuit was filed. But tonight, in 2018, she says that Sean Combs singled her out because she publicly disrespected him in a FaceTime call and accused him of orchestrating the murder of Tupac Shakur.
Yeah, see? Here we go, y'all.
She says that Combs and 3 other men raped her, the other men acting on Diddy's orders. She also claims that members of Combs' entourage stood by, even helped out in the assault. Afterward, she says everybody simply hung around drinking and smoking as though nothing had happened. And even though she was drugged, she says it soon wore off and that scuffles eventually broke out, during which shots were actually fired. She even claims that she slashed at Diddy with a knife. A neighbor heard the ruckus and called the police, but Parham says the officers who showed up from the Contra Costa Sheriff's Department didn't offer to help her.
Wow. She said shots was fired. These boys don't mind shooting no guns off.
Yeah.
Hey, God dang, you go to our person and you shooting? Dang. If I heard some gunshots, I wouldn't want to have no intercourses for about a week or so. I'd be too scared.
She says she didn't believe they ever even investigated. The department, however, says this, and I quote, "A report was taken on March 23rd, 2018. We take these cases and accusations seriously, and detectives thoroughly investigated the accusations. It was later determined the claims were unfounded." Which brings me to tonight. Months after putting her name on a highly explicit, exhaustively detailed court filing, Ashley Parham has decided to go on national television and answer questions about it. She asked us if we could conceal her face, and we agreed. She also wanted to be joined by her attorney. I'll ask the questions best I can, and I'll challenge the best I know. Sean Combs.
Oh, they showed this a different video. They didn't show it like that on when I was watching it. Let's see.
Doing this, I know this is extremely sensitive. I'll ask the questions best I can, and I'll challenge the best I can, understanding that this is delicate information. With that in mind, Ashley, can you tell me how you first even came into contact and came to know Sean Combs?
I met a man named Shane Pierce at the bar, and outside of the bar, he had Sean Combs on a FaceTime phone call, and he overheard me saying I wasn't impressed by him and wasn't a fan, and that I thought he killed Tupac. And
do you believe that that's what started all of this, that perhaps
what? Who was Petrie? I was there. What wasn't him? What?
Yeah, I've just put a message in the side chat to ask what she's talking about.
Yeah, what are you talking about? What you was there and who wasn't him?
Sean Combs had a grudge, just hearing that you believed he was Tupac's killer?
Yeah, I think that's what started it. Because that's when he threatened me, that he was going to come after me. And he threatened he was going to eat my face, so I didn't take him seriously. I just thought he was a bizarre human being.
At what point did you come into actual physical contact? Did you see him face to face for the first time? What were the circumstances?
It was when Shane Pierce had called me, and he claimed he wasn't feeling well from his cancer treatment and he needed help opening his medication. So I went over there to help him out, and it turned out he was just fine and he didn't need my help. It was weird. He wanted to show me his.
Wow. So he lured her over there for P. Diddy. That's crazy.
New car and he didn't need my help. It was weird. He wanted to show me his new car and he took me on a short drive around the Renda Hills, and then we got back to his little bachelor pad in the house.
Yeah, this is a different one, y'all. I didn't see all this in the one I did. This is a completely different video. That's crazy.
And he offered me a glass of water, and I drank it, and I started to feel a little bit off. And then I heard a bunch of people coming down the stairs, and it was Sean Combs. And a whole bunch of people who just busted in the door and just in a boisterous manner and acting. He said something like, "Bet you didn't think you were ever going to see me." And I was just in complete shock and frozen.
Mike, just pause it there for a sec. Can we put the banner at the bottom? And I'll just say that under Section 107 of the 1976 Fair Use Policy Act, we're showing this video for research purposes, and that's that's it. And it's all under fair use.
Yeah,
all under fair use. Go ahead, man. Sorry,
I was looking at what
yeah,
Petrie put up, and she's saying that easy to implicate dids on everything, whatever that means. Oh shoot. I keep thinking that the clicker is here.
What happened next?
He basically started threatening me with human trafficking, and that they could take me anywhere and sell me. He had Christina Coram. He ordered her to insert a copper IUD into my vagina, but luckily it deployed before she could actually get it inside me, like inside the cervix. And that's when Sean Combs got extremely angry, and he grabbed the TV remote and sexually assaulted me vaginally with the remote extremely violently.
You are the Jamie. Me and Jamie always on the same team. You right, Jamie. I don't I wasn't there. Let me see. Let me pull this up. Jamie said, I wasn't there, so not going to say. Yeah, you're right. I wasn't there. I'm not going to say. But I don't have a good feeling about this lawyer. You talking about the female lawyer? Yeah. I think I need to text. I'll keep saying I'm going to text her. I'm going to call her one day and see.
Where in the apartment did this happen?
I think she's trying to do good, though. She just looked shady, and to make her money, she does shady things. So it's like if somebody going to sell any type of videotape on the market, and y'all know what market I'm talking about, she going to broker the deal. I don't want no parts of anything like that.
It was in the house. It has a little studio apartment underneath the house, and it was on the bed because it was a really tiny apartment.
And was everyone in that party present? The people who had all descended down those stairs into that studio apartment, were they all present witnessing what was happening to you?
I heard more people upstairs that I didn't see. So I'm not incredibly sure how many people were there. In the room with me, it was Sean Combs, Shane Pierce, Shane's friend, who I don't know his name yet. What he called was a bodyguard.
Man, why are so many people coming out saying that this dude did something to them? Why it ain't 120 people saying Uncle Mike did something to him? Why this dude? You know what I'm saying?
Yep. I agree. And just to add to that point, Mike, I'm just looking at the side chat, right? Be respectful to each other. We're open to everybody having their own opinion here.
Who
So,
said something that's not respectful?
no, I'm just saying there are comments, and I'm just saying be respectful to each other.
Who not being respectful? That's all I want to know.
No, so, I've got a handle on it, Mike. I'm just mentioning it so that people that are listening can hear it. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, she said I wasn't there, so yeah. Yeah, do you feel comfortable coming on? I was gonna say the same thing, Murph.
Yeah.
Pyong gone.
There's that, and that's what I was talking about, Mike. There's people saying, well, if you were there, then why haven't you reported it to the police? And I'm just saying, be respectful to each other.
Yeah, but if she was there, why didn't you report it to the police?
No, and I know, and that's
right.
why.
And if you was there, how come she ain't saying that part? You're being near in her story. She ain't saying, and this other girl.
Exactly why I said, do you feel comfortable coming on the live?
Yeah.
That's, you know what I mean? It's like, just be respectful.
Everybody want to be a part of something. JRS, you are blessed. She got a pretty picture up there today. Yeah. And Linda, hi Linda, how you doing? And that's Wanda right there, y'all. She going to take the YouTube course.
My Linda in the house.
Maybe could. Hey, that's my Linda.
No, it's my Linda.
That's my Linda. You
get your own Linda.
You get your own Linda. Okay, I got that's my Stephanie. How about that? Yeah, Linda.
No, it's not your Stephanie. It's my Stephanie.
That's my Stephanie. God, JRS is mine. Tanya mine. How about that? Okay. Yeah.
No, I think JRS is Tahir's, to be fair.
Yeah. Something not right about this lawyer. You got that right. I kept saying that because see, she came on with Courtney. First of all, that's a strike and a half right there. Yeah, my client name is Courtney. That means you ain't wrapped too tight. You gotta, yeah, that's number one.
This is exactly what I said yesterday, right, on a live.
Mm-hmm.
I said, how can anybody take a lawyer seriously when they've got Courtney Burgess as a client?
Oh my God, yeah. Cassandra, I'm feeling good. Yeah, you're right about that because she said, well, we got tapes of, people doing some things. I'm not gonna tell y'all who's on the tapes, but they brought the tapes to me because they want me to
yeah, I've got these flash drives. I've never watched them, but I know there's a book on them, and I know that there's videos of.
Oh, you talking about Courtney with his stuff, smart self. Here you go, y'all. Y'all see my tattoo? Wait a minute.
Yeah. He thought that because he could see it, everybody else could see it.
Yep. Ron said, "I swear to God, I want to say so bad
that I can see a tattoo.
I want to say it so bad that we see a tattoo." All right, let's get back. Let's keep going. Here we go. Yeah, I forgot why we stopped it. Oh shit.
Who later claimed he was a correctional officer or a undercover officer, but he wasn't. And then Christina Coram and another white woman who I don't know her name.
Did you?
Chris Todd, Lord have mercy. At least he can speak. He greedy. Here we go.
You know who these people were, or have you come to learn who they are because of the alleged assault that happened?
I learned who they were afterwards, other than Sean Combs.
And so now, if you can, and I'm sorry these questions are so difficult. I'm following along with the affidavit for the most part. Can you tell me what happened after you say Sean Combs allegedly raped you with the TV remote? What happened after that in that bedroom with all of those people present?
They took turns raping me, and Sean Combs raped me anally. Shane Pierce also raped me, but vaginally. And the bodyguard guy, he
JIS, go upstairs. Go up. You interrupting the daggone movie. She said Freemason Frenchie. Leave
Finch,
that's my court.
Finch, not Frenchy. Finch.
Huh? French. Yeah, French.
No, not French. Finch.
Oh, Finch. What's a Finch? That's a dog?
It's Freemason Finch.
What's a Finch?
Finch is like a lackey. Is somebody that works for the Freemasons.
Oh, I thought she was talking about she was going to name her dog after that. After Courtney. Anyway, let's go.
raped me as well while Sean Combs was sitting in a chair naked.
Yeah, keep in mind there's police
and
too.
Jerking off to watching me being raped.
God dang. How come so many people talk about him pleasuring himself? That's what they call it, right? Shining star. Every time I look, they talking about, yeah, when the other people was RN me, what was Diddy doing? He was in the chair playing with himself. Everybody say that. You see what I'm saying? So it's a pattern. It's about to be a pattern.
Sean Combs was masturbating while you say the other members of his party were taking turns with you?
Yeah.
And what happened next?
And I looked for my stuff, my shoes, my clothes, my purse, my keys, and my phone, and none of it was there. And I found a random large black t-shirt. So I put that on, and
yeah,
the knife that Sean Combs had put against my face earlier, where he wanted to cut my face, and Christina Korm told him that it wouldn't be good for human trafficking me, that clients wouldn't like it. I found that knife because they had left it in there. So I tried to hide it on my left side underneath partially of the t-shirt. And I stepped outside, and that's right where the bodyguard with a gun was. And they told me to sit down. So I sat down on this makeshift bench out of buckets and a plywood. And I just had to sit there and just kind of listen to Sean Combs brag about what he did to me, and that he's gotten away with more serious crimes and no one would believe me.
Yeah, this is the second person who said that. So the more, like I said, the more people come out and tell a honest story, more people come out to tell a honest story, the lawyers is going to start seeing a pattern, and that's how he's going to get in trouble.
Yeah, I don't see that though, Mike. I mean, we'll go further into the interview, and then I'll say what I want to say.
All right. No, if everybody is saying, and these people don't know each other, and they never talk to each other, different lawyers or whatever. and all the clients are saying that he bragged on getting away with doing other things. Here we go.
Yeah.
And he
What?
No, sorry, mate. I was just going to say that I find that there's so much of this stuff going around. Right. I'm not saying I don't believe this girl or this interview. That's not what I'm saying. Before anybody jumps on me in the side chat, what I'm saying is there's so much going around at the moment that we don't know what's true and what's not true, and it's there to try and derail. Pardon me, derail the case.
Oh, I believe her from day one.
Yeah.
Before she did this interview, I heard her talking about it on some videos or something.
Yeah,
he mentioned Tupac.
Yeah, I believe it totally as well. Sorry, I'll shut up now.
Again,
To be clear, this is outside now. This is in the backyard. You have now moved out towards the backyard where they are all sitting outside.
yeah, they were all in the backyard, sitting outside, just having fun with each other, and they were smoking and drinking, like it was just a normal day for them.
So what happened after that?
I was sitting there on the bench and I wasn't allowed to leave. At one point, Sean Combs threw a fanny pack at me that was full of drugs, and I got angry and I threw the fanny pack into the bush. And that's when the bodyguard told me that I had messed up and to go get it. And Sean quickly said, no, she needs to stay there. Someone else go get it. So I couldn't get up from the seat. He was just trying to brag about all his celebrity friends. And I just didn't want to listen to him. I just was sitting there until I could try to run. But there were so many people around the house and up above near the actual house's backyard where there's a patio where Christina Coram and a bunch of people were just hanging out and smoking and chatting and having fun. Sean Combs turns to me and he says, why haven't we ever partied like this before? And that's when I got enraged and I said, this is not a party. You raped me.
That's crazy, man. Why we never partied like this before? What, boy? Go sit down somewhere. Here we go.
And he attempted to bribe me with some amount of money, and I said, no, you raped me. I'm not going to stay silent on this. And then he ended up calling his mother, Janice Combs, and she got on the phone, a FaceTime video, and she...
Oops. God, dog it. Michael. I'm sorry, y'all.
You called yourself Michael. You called yourself Michael. We don't even call you that.
Because Michael messed up because I'm typing on the wrong keyboard. Daggone it.
Near the actual house's backyard where there's a patio where he was just...
Did we see this part yet? Or do you know?
Yeah, no, you're about the right place.
Trying to brag about all his celebrity friends.
Go sit down somewhere, Mike.
And I just didn't want to listen to him. I just was sitting there until I could try to run. But there were so many people around the house and up above near the actual house's backyard where there's a patio where Christina Coram and a bunch of people were just hanging out and smoking and chatting and having fun. Sean Combs turns to me and he says, "Why haven't we ever partied like this before?" And that's when I got enraged and I said, "This is not a party. You raped me." And he attempted to bribe me with some amount of money, and I said, "No, you raped me. I'm not going to stay silent on this." And then he ended up calling his mother, Janice Combs, and she got on the phone, a FaceTime video, and she yelled at me not to hurt her son. And I yelled back, "He raped me." And she told me to take the money and shut up.
At some point, someone in the backyard brought out a weapon and fired it. What were the circumstances surrounding that?
That's when Sean Combs had bragged about getting away with way worse than what he had done to me, and he admitted to killing Tupac or having him killed. And that's when the bodyguard turned the gun around on Sean Combs, and I ran behind the bodyguard because I was just looking for any type of person who might help me. I tried to get the gun, but he wouldn't let me, and it went off in Sean Combs' direction into the hill. Luckily, it didn't go into anybody's house.
That's crazy, man. I don't know. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this for some reason this looks completely different. I just did a reaction to this. To here saying it's the same video. It's a different video, y'all. Trust me. I know I ain't that crazy. I'm crazy, but I ain't that crazy. Here we go.
And I just want to go back to that one detail. Sean Combs said to you that he killed Tupac or that he had Tupac killed. Which one was it?
He paid to have Tupac killed.
That's what he said in that moment in the backyard, that he had.
Now, to tell you the truth,
we need to be careful about the words that are being used as well. That's probably
yeah,
why the video.
that's probably why. Yeah, the video got taken down.
Yeah,
yeah. He still texts me saying it's the same video. It's a different video. It's the same link, but they changed the video
to have Tupac killed.
Yes, and he was bragging about it.
So now a gunshot has gone off in Sean Combs' direction. What happened after? You're now standing behind the bodyguard, one of the men who was in the room and allegedly assaulted you with the others. What's the next series of events?
That's when I kind of lost my mind, and I had the knife and I ran at Sean Combs, and he started to run up the stairs towards where Christina Coram and all the people were sitting up on the little patio. And I hit him in the back with my left hand, and he fell down on the stairs. He was lying down on the stairs and he turned back and looked at me. And I had the knife in both of my hands, and I was going to plunge the knife into him because it was a kill or be killed situation. And his face looked so scared that he was looking at me like I was the monster when he's the monster, and my moral compass snapped back in. And I decided that this is insane. I can't do this. I don't have it in me to do that. And I turned around and I took 2 steps down the stairs. Sean Combs got back up and he pushed me, but I caught my footing and I took the knife and I slashed it backwards behind me without looking. And it made contact with him and he backed off. Then they had me forced to sit back down on the bench, and Christina Quorum came down. She had a medical bag, and he was bleeding a little bit on his chest, but not like I didn't stab him. It was just a cut, and they put anti-clotting type stuff on and a bandage on him.
Coming up next, what happened after the attack?
Wow, man. Okay. I just needed to pause it, I guess. Take a pause for the cause.
Take a pause.
Mm-hmm.
You're a poet and you don't know it.
And not only that, what is Sean Combs and his lawyers, what are they saying about all of these very disturbing allegations? We'll have that for you in just a moment.
TK.
Just pause that. TK, the story seems a little far-fetched. How would she even get access to a knife? Right, so we're talking about a story that seems far-fetched. Do you know, have you, I don't mean this rudely, but have you been living under a rock for the last at least 6 months? With all the information that's come out about the freak-offs and the stuff like that.
No, well, she talking about the knife part of Diddy R-ed her and how she ended up with a knife. I think she was at the friend's house. It wasn't her house. So she might have went in the kitchen and got a knife. No.
Well, yeah. I mean, nothing at this point. Nothing's off the table, is it?
Right. No,
nothing.
You're right. She said, no, I see what's going on. What's going on, beautiful? How you doing?
Yeah, no, TK, I'm not having a go at you. I'm just asking you outrightly that just like, you know, none of this that we're hearing about, we would have expected from anybody. And you're questioning how she got a knife.
Right, but also somebody's saying, what's that? I can't see. It's saying and
yeah, part of the story, right? So this is the same girl that was in the Diddy documentary, and he put a knife in her mouth and said, "I'm going to give you a Glasgow smile." Right? She got the term wrong, or he got the term wrong when he said it. Right, because it's called a Chelsea smile. A Glasgow kiss is when you nut somebody, but a Chelsea smile is when you put a knife in somebody's mouth and you slice from the outsides of their lips upwards, so that it makes you look like a clown, basically.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it's the same girl that was on it's the exact same girl that was on the Diddy documentary that was released on Thursday.
Mm-hmm. Here's the thing. Because Butchcom said something too. I thought that was kind of weird. Also, he called his mother to help calm her down. So, you know, let moms talk to her. Take this money, girl, because you ain't gonna get nothing out of this. So you might as well get some money out of it. It's done with now. The mom knew what Puffy was doing. You know what I'm saying? Man, I think RN people, as far as Diddy and them is concerned, it's some normal type stuff. They so used to it, it's super duper normal to them. Here we go. Let's keep going. Yeah, but she was at a friend of Diddy's, some dude. I don't know who that dude is. Was trying to impress her by calling him on the FaceTime, had her on the FaceTime, and she was like, I'm not impressed, basically. And plus, I think Diddy had something to do with Tupac being off. So next thing you know, Diddy got mad over that and said he gonna get her. So they set her up. She said that he called her over and said that he needed some help with his pills. And I'm thinking that once you got there and you saw he didn't need no help with the pills, I would have left. But now she's saying that they did a test ride in her new car and all this stuff. And next thing you know, this friend offered her a drink of water. She started feeling woozy, and next thing you know, here come Puffy busting through the door, and then the story picks up from there. Um, what happened was, see what had happened, there was something in the water that made her woozy, and I don't know where the knife come in at, but that's really a great question. Where all of a sudden she get this knife?
No, I can tell you where the knife came from, Mike.
Where the knife come from?
Have you not watched the Diddy documentary?
Man, where the knife come from? Murphy, you always got to take the long route.
No, I'm asking you a question, man. That's all I'm doing. Right, so she became woozy. She was taken into a bedroom where there was 4 people that were in that room, and they brought a knife with them, and they stuck it inside her mouth and said, I'm going to give you, like I just said previously.
Oh, so somebody else brought a knife and the knife was already in the room.
Exactly. And they put it in.
When they finished, they just left. They left the knife behind. So when she put her clothes on, okay. Yeah. All right. Let's keep it moving, baby. Let's keep it moving.
You're watching a special edition of Banfield tonight. My wrenching but important conversation with a woman who's now going public about what she says was a vicious gang rape at the hands of Sean Diddy Combs and his entourage. Yeah, before I play more of my interview with Ashley Parham, I want you to hear Diddy's side of the story. Here's a statement from his legal team, quote, as the Contra Costa Sheriff's Department confirmed, her report was thoroughly investigated and it was determined the claims were unfounded. Mr. Combs was nowhere near Orinda, California on the day she claims she was assaulted. There is no evidence that Mr. Combs was ever in the same room as Ms. Parham. She is completely unbelievable, and no sane person who views the evidence will credit her story, end quote. Let's pick up our conversation with what Ashley says she did after the alleged assault.
This thing gonna be crazy, dog. Who's lying? What tripped me out is, there's a police report of this situation they talking about.
Yep.
She went to the hospital, so there's a R kit.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You were able to.
Oops, sorry.
The other question, Mike, though, is there were 4 people in the room at the time, 5 including her. So, who were those other people?
Yeah, the bodyguards. One of them probably was Gene.
No, it wasn't Gene. It was after. It was after Gene. Gene left in 2005, I think.
One of his bodyguards was doing a whole lot of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I heard. I heard that through somebody also. I talked to a buddy of mine, and he said he's gonna try to get in touch with Tanya Blunt.
To make an escape from that backyard. How did that happen, and when did that happen?
That happened because the neighbors had been making noise complaints to the cops, and the neighbor came over to see what was going on one time earlier before the gunfire, and he asked if everything was going on, and the bodyguard turned the gun on him and told him to go away. But then he came back and created the distraction for me to actually run. And that's when I ran towards him in his house. And then someone, I believe it was Sean Combs, from the top of the hill near the front of the actual house, not where I was escaping from, started firing a gun at me.
So at this point, you're making the escape from the backyard. The neighbor is helping. You're running down the street towards the neighbor's house, and there's gunfire, you believe, from Sean Combs. Did you seek shelter? Did you try to find somewhere to, avoid being shot?
And gunfire. I can't believe that. Watch this, y'all.
Yeah, the neighbor jumped behind a car and I followed him behind the car.
And then did you eventually get to the neighbor's house and be able to call the police?
The neighbor had already called the police and he invited me into the house. And then when the police officer showed up, he really couldn't have cared less about what I was saying. He didn't offer me help. He didn't offer me an ambulance. I told him that Sean Combs had raped me, and he didn't offer me a ride or any type of help. He just left me for dead there.
Did the neighbor at least report there's been gunfire? We've escaped with our lives. We've had to crouch behind a car to escape bullets. Did the police listen to any of that?
Yeah, that police officer heard the neighbors say that we got shot at, and he told him what he had seen and heard.
What's up with the whispering, man? She whispering to her client. Man, say what you got to say, man.
And Ariel, I'll ask you to step in here. Is there a police report from that night from the Contra Costa police to indicate that they had responded to this gun complaint and obviously what Ashley says was a rape complaint as well?
The Contra Costa sheriff did admit that there was a complaint on March 23rd, 2018, but they claimed they investigated and it was unfounded. So all of the women who have reported alleged sexual assaults to the Contra Costa police have all had their claims investigated and unfounded. I spoke to Ashley's therapist, who informed me that she has treated several, countless women throughout the county who all reported their crimes and the sexual batteries against them to the Contra Costa sheriff, and all of them were found to be unsubstantiated. I actually have spoken to 2 individuals, one of whom is a rape victim of Shane Pierce, who was raped by Shane Pierce 6 years before this incident happened to Ashley. She reported the crime to the police in Contra Costa, and they also unsubstantiated her claim.
And I should mention here that these are allegations until proven in a court of law, but I want to continue with this story as well. It wasn't just the Contra Costa County sheriffs that Ashley made a report to. She also reported this to the Walnut Creek Police and to the Orinda County or the Orinda Police Department. Ariel, was there any response from those police departments?
So Orinda and Walnut Creek are city police departments, all under the umbrella of Contra Costa County. So I did reach out to them, and they directed me to go through Contra Costa County. And anybody from myself on down who have made public records requests to the county for these reports and these records have all been denied. They refuse to give us any public records that we are entitled to in relation to all of the times Ashley reported this crime to these 3 different police departments.
Man, she need to go deeper.
Can I just say as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'll just repeat this because I said it earlier on Seth's live. That how can so this lawyer, right? She expects people to take her in, let's put it for now in inverted commas, her victims seriously, but she also got a client called Courtney Burgess, who do you know what I mean? It just discredits the name of all of these victims that have come forward and that she's representing when she's got somebody on her also as part of this whole thing who is just time and time again proven to be an absolute fraud.
I don't think she's representing Courtney anymore.
Yeah, she is.
She's still representing Courtney?
Yes, I can tell you that for fact, mate.
Oh my gracious! Well, she need to tell Courtney to shut up. He need to be off. He was doing good. He barely skated on this lady's news station. But when he too strong and all that stuff, he can't talk. Courtney cannot talk without her around. He don't know what to say. And he trying to make himself look good.
But do you know what I'm saying though? You're taking victims and you're trying to represent
It's
them
like
such a
like this girl right here. It's like nobody would take her, so she end up with him.
yeah. But and then you've got somebody like Courtney. Yeah, like Tahir said, Courtney, go upstairs. It's like
Courtney
it's
go
like,
upstairs.
yeah. It's like
because
it's just ridiculous, man. How can anybody take this lawyer seriously when you've got somebody like that on your books that you're representing at the same time as these people that are coming forward as actual victims?
Yeah, I couldn't. Yeah, okay. Back to the video.
And I'm assuming this is still part of the investigation in the lawsuit. So I just want to carry on with what happened next in the series of events. Ashley, the police leave, you're at the neighbors. What do you do next?
The neighbor offered that I could sleep on the couch, but I just, after everything I had been through, I just didn't trust anyone. And I knew that they had all left because there was speeding vehicles and screeches when they left. So I just didn't know what to do. I was in a state of shock, and I went back into the apartment to get my belongings, but they were all gone. And the adrenaline and had worn off, and my body was just fully exhausted. And I was alone in the room, and I just ended up falling asleep. And I know that doesn't make any sense to people, but the Renda Hills are incredibly dark and windy roads with no street lights. The idea of running half naked down to police who weren't going to help me anyways wasn't going to happen, because I assumed that they were going to, Sean Combs people were waiting for me if I tried to leave. I just lost faith in humanity and kind of just gave up and lied in the bed in a catatonic like state.
Now I know what she's thinking. Wait a minute.
Until I fell asleep.
And Shane brought
And
you
then
back
what
here.
happened when you woke up?
And when I woke up, Shane appeared and he gave me back my stuff, and he was pretending like nothing bad had happened.
One of the things, as soon as I heard this part, I was like, wait a minute. You run back to where the R happened, where they assaulted you. They was great. They put a knife to you, the fighting, the gun went off. You go back to that location for what? Your cell phone and keys or whatever. Nah, you safe with the neighbor. Both of y'all ran behind a car. I didn't hear that part. And you gonna go back. He said you could stay on my couch, but see, I ain't want to trust him. So I went back. No, you don't go back to danger, little girl. That's the part. That's the only part that don't sit well with me. I know one thing: if I done got escapes from some danger, and somebody done odd me, where they was gone. I don't care if they gone or not. I ain't trying to go back there. I would get his phone and call a family member, even though I don't know nobody's number. Get on Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube. I get on YouTube.
And so I just went to a fawning type state and was like, okay, we'll just play the game he's trying to pull so I can get out of here. And he gave me my stuff back and I got to leave.
See?
How did you make your way out of there? You now had your keys and you could drive away from this crime scene?
Yeah, I had to use GPS to get back to the freeway because it's not an area I know. And I was able to drive and get home. And when I got home, I was just so destroyed. I just lied in my bed for 3 days, not eating, not sleeping. I couldn't function like a normal human being.
Ashley, the tough question, not just from me, but from
Yeah, you're right. It don't make no sense to run back to danger. I don't know if some see me, if some celebrity women are me, I probably enjoy it. So I'll run back there. You see what I'm saying? But that's making my point, because if they done drug you up, I felt kind of woozy. They done took your clothes off. Then the lady tried to put a pat smear or something in you. Then they try to hook an IV up to you. You had to get a knife, and they had a knife. They was going to cut your face open. I would not want to go back there.
Yep. Yeah, I get that. I totally get that, but it depends what's
20
kind of
years down the line. It's 20 years. They be like, I don't even want to go to that neighborhood no more, because it's going to trigger me. Ain't that how y'all say it, Murph? This is going to be triggering to me. I don't even want to go in that state. I just want to put it all behind me. That's type of stuff. There's no way.
Any opposing counsel, that would be Sean Combs' lawyers in this case, if it goes to trial. The tough question will be, why would you return to the scene of a gang rape, a shooting, a knifing, and a harrowing escape under gunfire after finding safety at a neighbor's house where he offered to let you stay there? Why would you have returned to such a terrible scene?
That's what I'm saying.
Everybody was gone from the place. And
how did you know that everybody was gone? This is the part that kills me, man.
Terrible scene.
I'm done.
Everybody was gone from the place, and I was not in a headspace where I could trust the neighbor, because I don't know him, and I was kind of afraid to stay in that house. And I had tried to find my keys so I could at least hide in my car. I kind of just gave up on life, honestly. If they had killed me that night, I wouldn't have cared at that point.
And again, I'm sorry to ask these tough questions. I do think that, I was going to say, and I'm sorry that I have to ask these tough questions. I feel like Sean Combs' lawyers will be a lot tougher than I am. It's hard to understand from an outside perspective.
You got that right, Melinda. You got that right. She's like a woman in a scary movie who go investigate after seeing a masked man in her barn in the pitch dark. Yeah, let me go see what this is. Man, shoot, I'm gone. I don't understand. That's the only thing that freaking bothers me about this whole thing from head to toe. Everything else, I'm down with. The pap smear, and they gave me a drink of water and it had something in it. If it's just water, you can taste it. I'm thinking that whatever this drug is, it have to have a taste to it.
Why you'd feel less safe with a neighbor who rescued you than walking back towards the crime scene where all those horrible things had happened before you could truly know for sure there was no one still left in that home.
Ashley, I'm going to jump in here because I really feel we're looking at things from a very logical standpoint. You nor I have not been in that situation. And anybody attempting to judge the mindset of somebody in that situation,
Facts.
it's ludicrous, honestly.
That's facts. I mean, something
Can I
very
speak on that, Mike?
terrible has happened and everything. Yeah, what's up?
No, I just want to speak on that because there's people saying, yeah, why did she go back?
Yeah.
Right. If you're in that situation, right, if you've got nowhere to be, you've got nowhere to live, and the only place that you can go to get a roof over your head is to go back to the place. And bearing in mind, there's a lot of brainwashing that goes on in this kind of concept.
She wasn't brainwashed. She just met the dude at a bar or a restaurant.
Yeah, she was drugged, man. She was allegedly.
Yeah, she was okay. She was drugged. You're right. That's the only leeway I give her. She was drugged. She don't, because they squirt the baby oil on her too. So
yeah, I'm talking
knows?
a different point of view from you, Mike. I know what you're saying, and I agree with what you're saying. Why would somebody go back, right?
Right.
We're not talking about an Adria English kind of scenario where she went back allegedly like 6 to 8 times.
Yeah.
We're talking about twice.
Yeah, that's brainwash right there. That's why she went back 6 or 8 times.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is that is the only place that she knew, because she didn't have a home, and she went to that place, and then that's the only place that she knew, and she
That's
was
the
out.
only thing. The only thing is we're thinking with a clear mind. We're not in shock, and we don't have them drugs in us.
Exactly.
So if she's, oh my God, freaking out. If you're on freak out mode, if I'm in with no drugs or anything, I could be drunk or alcohol or high. I don't get
right.
high.
So when those drugs are coming out of your system, the only way to compensate for that is to go back to the place where you had those substances. Or we can't say the D word, but I just said it, so I apologize.
Base girl, go ahead.
So the only way that you can, it's a bit like when you wake up with a hangover and you've got the shakes, right? The only way to combat that is either to go through it or to have another drink.
Right, or go back to where you hear gunshots and knives and people have argued you. You're gonna go back there. That'll make you feel better.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about for her to feel.
I'm talking about the fact that she chose to not stay with this stranger, some dude that was a stranger. I don't know if he must have been living by himself, and say, yo, mate, you can just sleep on the couch. You're safe here. And then again, that might have been a setup, because now the strangers say, I know she over here.
It totally could be. You could be 100% right, Mike.
Yeah.
All I'm offering up is an alternative.
Right, but I know one daggone thing. I don't know, man. I think I would have, if I would have went back and got my keys or whatever the case may be, I would have gotten in the car and went home. You couldn't sleep. I can't sleep at this place. I've just been odd. I can't sleep at this place. I've just been odd. So I don't know.
Right, Mike, what I'm talking about is she might not have realized that she had been odd at that point.
Oh, she may not have noticed that she was odd.
You don't. Some people, right? And if there's people in the side chat that have gone through this, please put your messages up. Right. Sometimes it takes a while for this kind of stuff because you block it out in your memory. It's like a filing cabinet in the back of your brain.
Oh,
it's subconscious. It's not conscious. So you block all of these things out, and they only come up later on in life. So that is the point of view that I'm coming from, because I can speak first-hand experience, and because it's
Okay.
happened to me.
How would
Oops, I'm sorry. I didn't. That was by accident.
It's okay, mate.
you
But
ready?
that's exactly what happened to me, and that's what I'm saying. I think that's what's happened to her. That's what I'm trying to say.
Let's see what the lawyer got to say.
really feel we're
Sure, there was no one still left in that home.
Ashley, I'm going to jump in here because I really feel we're looking at things from a very logical standpoint. You nor I have not been in that situation. And anybody attempting to judge the mindset of somebody in that situation, it is ludicrous, honestly. How could you not understand why we would logically not experiencing that? Of course, you would say, "Oh, well, why wouldn't you just stay with the neighbor? The neighbor is a stranger too. She's just went through this very great ordeal, not knowing where to go, what to do, and now there's this other stranger who's introduced where she was with the police and nothing happened." Logically, to me, trying to go back to get her stuff seems the most reasonable. She doesn't have her clothes on. She doesn't have her phone, her purse, her keys. And now to expect her to now go stay with a complete stranger and not even attempt to, I guess, get out of there entirely when she thought it was safe to at least go back to retrieve or at least find her possessions. She thought everyone had left. So would you prefer an empty space or a space with this random person that you don't know after you had just been violently gang raped, threatened with your life, threatened to be sex trafficked? In my mind, it doesn't make sense for her to have just stayed with the neighbor. What she did makes logical sense if you are to put yourself in that predicament where these things had happened to you. So unless we're going to put ourselves in that mind frame to think about what we would do if this had happened to us, which we can't even do. We can try to imagine it, but there's no imagining it unless you're in it. And anybody who's been in such a severe situation to expect or to question their logic, I think is unreasonable.
Yeah, and listen, I'm with you. I've never been in that circumstance. I can't imagine what it was like to be in your shoes, Ashley. All I'm saying is that at trial, all of that sensitivity goes out the window, and opposing counsel, Sean Combs' counsel, will be extraordinarily tough because he'll be looking, or she'll be looking at 12 jurors, and it's their sensibilities that are going to have to be convinced. And Ariel, that's why I ask those tough questions. But I do want to ask, because evidence is everything, right? Have you been able to get that neighbor, track that neighbor down to corroborate?
Yeah, that neighbor in this case, if they can get a human being neighbor to say, because shoot, the way she made it sound that they were shooting at both of them.
Have you seen how many people in the side chat have been saying and agreeing with what I said about that you black out in situations like that?
Yeah, I mean, you're right. You cannot sit here and tell me that, well, I would have did this. I would have did. It's different when you in a fight. You know what I'm saying? It's different when that adrenaline rush and the fight go down, or I was in the car or I was on the motorcycle. You should have just held on here.
No, I'm not talking about the fighting. I'm not talking about
no, I'm talking about anything that make your body going into a panic mode. And plus you got
adrenaline.
You know,
shot.
you just all of a sudden
yeah.
All of a sudden somebody breaks into the house. You got 3 men with masks. Freeze. You don't know what you're going to do. First thing you're going to do is pee on yourself. You don't know why you're doing that. It's like, I didn't even know I had to go to the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? That's the first thing you're going to do. Second thing you're going to do is what? Hold on for a minute while I go get my gun. You know what I'm saying? I mean, what are you supposed to do?
Yeah, but Mike, right. So take what you just said, right? And now imagine either a girl or a young boy being in a room with 4 grown men.
That's right. Come on.
Right? Being pinned down and told what you're going to have to do.
Right.
And then that's at that precise moment, because your brain isn't developed enough, that's when you black out.
Okay. So now you ran away from this place with gunshots and everything, ducking behind cars, and you go to safety at a neighbor's house. And then you go back?
No, because you're
That
still.
must be a blackout.
Oh,
That's what we saying. Now, the only thing we can say, and you're right, you're right, Murph. The lawyer's right. We are wrong in this case. We don't know, because the drugs and that situation, we don't know what made her go back, but she felt that as though, I got to do this on my own. Dun, dun, dun. The police ain't helping. I don't know this neighbor. F him. I need to take matters in my own hands. I need to go back to this house and get my keys. I don't care what anybody say. Boom. And that's what I did. That don't mean they didn't rape me. If they would have.
You can't say that word, Mike. Take that back.
Oh, my bad. I take it back. Take it back, YouTube.
Corroborate all of this. That would be immensely helpful to this case.
All right, now we're talking about the neighbor. If they can find the neighbor, or the police report, or even the a couple of days later, Ebony Jones. Yeah.
They'll be looking at 12 jurors, and it's their sensibilities that are going to have to be convinced. And Ariel, that's why I asked those tough questions. But I do want to ask, because evidence is everything, right? Have you been able to get track that neighbor down to corroborate all of this? That would be immensely helpful to this case.
Yes, we are in a process of getting that corroboration. We are working with investigators and other individuals to track down that person. We try to reach out to that person directly at what we believe the address to, but we do have people working on getting that person to us.
Does that person still live in that home? And does Ashley know what home it was? I understand how confusing a scene can be. It can be easy to, in the dark, certainly, to not remember which house it was. Do you know which house it was and who the neighbor is?
No, we're not exactly sure. That's why I hired PI to get that done.
I do know what house it was.
Well, not the house. I was talking about the person, yeah.
Yeah, but the
we
neighbor...
know the building, right.
The neighbor, he didn't offer to take me to the hospital or the police, so I couldn't trust him
either
as well.
Just to let it be known, outside of the person, the neighbor, the Contra Costa sheriff has already confirmed that a report was made that night. So to the extent there is no dispute whether or not a rape was reported that night. So that's not in question.
Coming up next, Ashley Parham mentioned.
So they got a report, and it's, oh man, this about to get ugly. See, in order to win these cases, this lawyer, who ain't smart enough to know this, she need to go and she need to go after that police precinct. That's how she started getting some recognition. Because wait a minute, my client filed a police report and she couldn't get a copy and all this other stuff.
This is what I said earlier on. Why is she in this game?
Yeah, I already know that part. Yeah, and then she need to start investigating how many other R cases that was put out. You know,
well, she knows that Busby's got over 100. What is it? Over 130 now, I think it is.
Yeah.
That he
kick some butt.
Man. 20, and now it's over 30, and now she's got I think she's got 12 clients, and then Courtney. And it's like, why have you got 12 clients and then Courtney?
So you saying Courtney not a client? He's just there.
What? He's just there. He's just. You wouldn't take on Courtney as a client because he's not credible. So by taking him as a client, you're just making yourself look.
I want to see that long tunnel again, man. I want to see him in that tunnel again.
There were others in the room standing by, watching, even helping. And when she says help, some of that involved an IV and medicine. Coming up after the break, what she says happened next and how she got out of the situation. Welcome back to our special report on what may be the single most sensational of the now more than 24 lawsuits that are facing Sean Diddy Combs, P. Diddy. An accuser named Ashley Parham has outlined in court papers and is now telling us in person how she was allegedly gang raped, drugged, shot at, and threatened by Combs and his associates. She
shot at. You go back. I don't understand what kind of drugs would you go back to where you were shot at.
Further says she was given enough drugs to kill a horse on the night of the alleged attack. I asked her about that. Do you think that the water that you'd been offered prior to them arriving was drugged? And did you feel as though you were under any kind of influence at this point of the alleged gang attack?
Talk about the oil too.
Yeah. I did feel a little bit off from the water, but before they raped me, Sean Combs pulled out a bottle of what turned out to be oil, and he doused my whole body in it to the point my hands were dripping and I couldn't push anybody away from me. And then I just slowly, like, my body started to not function properly, and I wasn't able to fight back or do anything.
And then in the affidavit, you mentioned that as the alleged gang rape is ending, Sean Combs takes a pill out of a bag and he puts it in your mouth. Do you know what it was and what effect did it have?
It was a white circular pill. I don't know what it was, but I'm assuming it was like Plan B or something, because the copper IUD didn't work.
Did it have any kind of drugging effect on you? Did you feel as though you became even more incapacitated afterwards, or did it have no effect on you?
I was pretty incapacitated, so it didn't feel like it did anything more to me.
Did that party all eventually leave the room and leave you in that state, or what happened after the gang rape ended?
Christina Coram came over. I was hanging halfway off the bed, just kind of lifeless. And she came over to check on if I was still alive and breathing and stuff. And she had a bag that had IVs and little medical bottles that I don't know what would be in them. I do remember that they did put an IV in me, but they didn't have a stand. And they put it on top of the table near where Sean had been sitting. And I remember that I grabbed at it and it fell to the floor, and the bodyguard was still in the room, and he put it back on the table saying it wouldn't work if it was on the floor.
Coming up after the break, when it comes to a civil suit, it all comes down to the evidence. What can you prove?
4 more minutes, y'all. 4 more minutes.
Prove about what you say in court papers. And as it turns out, Ashley Parham went to the hospital and there is a report. We're going to talk about that next.
You went to the hospital.
Welcome back to our special report this Friday night. We're devoting this hour to a woman with a harrowing accusation that she was drugged and raped by Sean Diddy Combs and his entourage back in 2018. A woman who says she was treated at a hospital days later. She says a report from that hospital does exist. So I asked her what it contains and how it might back up her account. Here once again, Ashley Parham with her attorney, Ariel Mitchell. When you went to the hospital, was it immediately after the incident or was it several days later? And if later, were they able to do a rape kit that has some integrity to it due to the proximity to the incidents themselves?
It was later.
A couple of weeks later, right?
A couple of weeks later, unfortunately.
A couple mean more than 1 week. So we're talking like close to 14 days later, right? You get R by somebody and you wait 14 days to go to the doctor.
Mike, it's not that simple, man, my friend.
I'm just asking. I guess it's not that simple to say yes or no.
It's nowhere near that simple, right? Okay, it can take years. It can take years for people to come forward. Some people it depends on the circumstances. It depends if people, because they feel embarrassed, they feel ashamed, they feel all kinds of different emotions, and they suppress them for years. And it's the biggest. I tell you, I can tell you something now for fact. That is what drives people into stuff like addiction and stuff like that. And it's only once they get through their addictions and stuff, or their trauma, that they finally, once they've dealt with it and they go to a therapist and they go through their addictions and they get the help that they need, that they come out the other side and say, this happened to me, because they're told, right? And I'm openly gonna tell you my story now again.
Oh, not now. We gotta finish the video.
Oh, finish the video and then
You're not gonna tell me the story again, are you? I heard it 3 times. All right, here we go. We got 4 more minutes anyway. 4 more minutes on the video. Oh man, look at this. Daggone it.
I didn't have the guts to go earlier, and I regret that.
Okay.
Talk about when you contacted your personal physician for the testing.
STD
testing.
I contacted my primary care physician, and I told her that I had been raped, and she gave me all the STD tests and the HIV tests that all luckily came back negative.
Understanding that the hospital report is in depth and lengthy, is there anything that you have in the hospital report that can prove or disprove Ashley's claims about what happened that night?
It proves that she went to the hospital and that she reported a rape and that they did a rape kit. And of course, unfortunately, due to the delay, there was not much that was or could have been found.
Again, allegations are allegations until they're proven in a court of law. And that is where we stand tonight, with a harrowing story from a woman with unbelievable details, but they haven't reached a courtroom yet. That does it for us tonight. Don't forget to check out the News Nation app for the latest on this and other stories from News Nation.
So, what do we think about that? Is that the end? Yeah, that's the end of the video. So, what do we think about that?
I see Petra's back in the chat. Are you wanting to come up, Petra, or you just want to say that Diddy didn't do it?
I'm just typing that as we speak.
I mean, because I've seen you say it a couple of times now. You've been invited up at least 3. So, I mean, you want to come up and say your piece and how you know that. You said you were there, so.
And trust me, Petra. I'm sorry if I'm saying your name incorrectly, but nobody's going to have a go at you. We literally, on this channel, what we want to do is we want to listen to people's opinions on things.
Yeah. We don't. Yeah, Mike Cross don't allow that, baby. We're all nice to each people.
Unless
their own opinion.
Unless people are calling the only white man in the building a racist, and then Mike jumps on them and goes, "What you saying, man?
What you talking about, Willis?" Nah. Oh, sorry, y'all. Yeah, it's the only thing that I don't understand. Hey, Karen done changed her picture too.
Yeah. So, are we going ahead with this? Can we just clarify, Mike? Are we going ahead with this?
Another star? Is that a different star? Or that's the same shining star? My bad.
No, yeah, Star's back in the building. But we've
Change
got
the picture.
no, we've got 2 stars. We've got
Oh.
Star with 1 R and Star with 2 R's.
You got 2 stars.
Yeah.
Yeah, she slept there. Yeah, Melinda. She slept there. She also slept there. After the R went down, she escaped. They shot at her, dun, 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 dun. And then they seen, she went back to go to sleep. Yeah, that I don't see that, but that's just me.
Yeah, and Petra or Petra or however you say your name, I apologize, but please, if you want to, Mike's just dropped the link and he'll drop it again now. Please come up and speak. You don't have to come up. You can just be in the background and just speak. Because if you've got evidence of being there and saying stuff, that we want to hear, then it's all good. Nobody's going to jump on you.
Peefer, she is talking too slow, like she is trying to get the story straight. Yeah, Storm, what's up, Storm? Jamie. So I guess what's the name again? I forgot the name already.
Petra.
Yeah.
No, she's not going to come up. She's not even made any more comments. So
Yeah, you might be a bot. Dun 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 dun. Dun. Might be a bot. But anyway, I need to text Witchcom because she was really trying to say that she don't trust that lawyer. Yeah.
Text who?
Natanya, Ruben,
Natanya,
the dopest nerd.
Have you got her number?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
I've been saying, I'm gonna text her right now and see what she says.
Text her. She'll probably jump on, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, something is not sitting with me.
This is what people don't understand. We are literally, when we say we're a family, we are literally a family.
Yeah, something about the what the lawyer is doing is not sitting well with me. I like, as a lawyer, I don't think I would want my client out speaking about their story to the public. I mean, public opinion, even though the public can be outraged or feel sympathy or empathy, whatever, public opinion really doesn't matter in this case. What's going to matter is what the judge and the jury think. And so I would want for my client to hold everything until we got into court. So that's the part for me that kind of is like, I don't know how I feel about that. I don't really like that.
Two points for me. Right. If I was holding a current legal case, number one, I would not take even if they're in shadows, I wouldn't take my client on live TV.
Yeah.
To do anything.
I don't see how that helps the situation, because the judge is not going to go off of what you said on television. The judge is going to go off of what happens in the courtroom. So
exactly. But number two, I also wouldn't be representing victims when we've got a proven liar as one of her, as I said earlier, as one of her, allies as well. It's
well,
like,
I guess
what?
If the liar pays money, I guess she's gonna, take the liar's case.
Here's the question, and I know the answer, but I'm not going to say it. Is he paying the money?
Well, you can never accuse a lawyer of going with just simply their morals. So that's the whole thing of being a lawyer, allegedly. is that you're not necessarily go with them because you believe them. You go with them because they put enough money in your pocket to get you to represent them and defend them, even if you don't believe them.
Put it this way, Steph. Right? Okay, so she's got 12 victims. Right? What kind of lawyer does that make her if she's got 12 victims?
I don't know. She could be
Is
very
that is that
opportunistic.
is that not a defense lawyer?
I don't know. I don't know. I get the feeling that she could be very opportunistic. You know, she could enjoy the attention that's coming to her and her firm behind this. I mean, that's the only thing that kind of
But
resonates with me.
is it not a defense lawyer? Because otherwise, there's only two kinds of lawyers. You've got a defense lawyer or a prosecution lawyer.
Mm. Was it a defense lawyer in a civil case? I don't know. I don't know if it's different for the civil
No,
cases.
no, you're one or the other. You can't be both at the
Oh,
same time.
well,
I can't
she
even find the girl
she
number.
she
I'm still looking for a
she's for the
number.
plaintiff, right? She's for the plaintiff. She's not for the defense, right?
Murph, you want
But
to
she could
text me
actually go either way.
Natalia's number? I had it. Can't find it. I don't save numbers like I should.
Boy,
Yeah, I'll
Mark.
text it to you in a sec, mate. I'm just
Anthony is Jason.
I'm just
Do
saying,
you
it's a defense lawyer, right?
do
So
you think
she's defending people. She's
there's
defending people,
allow
which
the
is meant to be
case to
the good side, not the bad side, the good side.
Temper had the question.
No, Linda in the side chat. A prosecutor is hired by the state, Murph, not a person. No, it's not. It doesn't always have to be. Normally, yes, in the US, it will be generally the attorney general that assigns somebody to the case, but it doesn't have to be. Doesn't have to be. But
reputation.
the defense is what I'm talking about, and she's defending 12 alleged victims, but then also defending a person who's turned out to be proven as a liar just from being on YouTube, because his story has changed so much and he's told so many lies that it means that he's discrediting what she does and the rest of her victims. And that's what I'm trying to say. That is basically my point.
Temper asked the question, Steph, do you think in many instances the lawyer sells out and allow the case to flop? Well, I mean, it my famous saying, it wouldn't surprise me because, like we said before, there are some allegedly lawyers that are out there to make money. And if they feel like they're not going to get what they want off of this, then they might not go as hard as if they feel like they can get you know big bucks off of it, right? So they might get as much as they feel like they can get, and then who cares what happens? I mean, uh you know I hope that's not the case, but I don't know. It just, like I said, I don't get good vibes from this whole setup. It doesn't come across well. And this is the second time that we've seen her with a client in front of the public eye, so that doesn't really come across well either, because it's not like it's the first time that only seen you one time with one client, but we've seen you twice now, and you're usually upfront with your client, which is another thing that's kind of like, I don't know, like it just doesn't you know sit well right now with what it's looking like. I take my time to analyze things, so I need to see some more, but it's not looking great in my opinion. So yeah, she doesn't have a great start or reputation. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, but how many lawyers do? I mean, that's the whole thing. It's like, you know,
Yeah, but
if you find a victim,
how many lawyers um, go on TV in such major cases? Do you know what I mean?
right,
It's like you're trying to make a
right,
name for yourself. Surely, if you
right.
wanted to hide the stories of your clients, you wouldn't make them go and sit on a news station that's owned by Fox News and
Right.
make them sit in a shadow and change their name, but still hear their voice.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't go
Yep.
on a YouTube channel and come up
Mm-hmm.
with, you know, do you know what I mean? As a lawyer,
Yeah.
why would you do that?
Yeah. You know, I'm the type of person I like to, keep my hand close to me. I'm not gonna play my cards out in front of everybody. Hey, Sunset. But
Oh,
I don't
same
know.
here. You know what I've got going on behind the scenes, and you know
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
what I'm doing legally about stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
nobody's going to know about that. So
Yeah. Yeah.
why, as a lawyer, if your thing wasn't to try and make yourself become famous, let's just use that terminology.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What other motivation is there other
Right.
than disruption? Other than disruption?
Right. I think what Maggie had said on her channel, I think she had said something like their civil case, because I thought everybody was wrapped up into the same RICO whatever case and all these other cases wrapped up. But from what Maggie was saying, it's separate cases. So the civil cases are not part of the government case, which I didn't realize. And so what she was saying with the civil cases got placed on hold. And now, if the civil cases got placed on hold, then it now makes sense, because that means you're not going to go to court when you thought you were, which means you're not going to get paid when you thought you were. So making appearances is another way for you to get paid, because people are going to pay you to come through and make appearances. And then that makes sense of why you're doing this. But I
Well,
don't know,
you want
because
money.
like I said,
Because you want
right,
money. I'm sorry, but I'd rather have justice than money. Do you know what I mean?
right.
It's
Well,
like,
America runs off of money. Unfortunately, they don't run off of justice. That's the problem.
it's just, to me,
America
it's just
runs off
ludicrous.
of money.
To me, it's just ludicrous. If I want to prosecute somebody for something, it's to get justice. It's not to get a payout. It's to get justice. Because what's happened to you hasn't cost you money per se. It's cost you your mental health, and it's cost you your dignity, and it's cost you, your life, maybe your livelihood. So maybe it has cost you money, but
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? It's like,
yeah.
but the most important thing that we have is our mind.
Right. But
And
the American misconception is that there's a price for everything. And that's the American misconception. Everyone, they feel like that everything has a price, and for the right price, you will give them what they want. And there's a few of us that realize that there is no price on certain things, but they have conditioned people to believe that for the right price, you too will be a part of
Yep.
the crazy.
I think
So
everybody has a price. Y'all have a video or something you want to play?
I know that
no,
I
I
sent
do.
that one to you earlier that we've just played.
Man, both of y'all. Yes or no? Do you got a
I
video you want to play? No. Yes.
sent you something yesterday, some funny stuff. So it's already in your chat. So
All right, disclaimer, we're gonna play it. I want to see this right here. Because at the end of the video, you see
Before you
all these other videos and stuff, and I wanted to
before you play it, and once you've done your intro to it, let me do the banner.
well, they already got a disclaimer. Okay. Well, I mean, I definitely want y'all to do something. I mean, but what you're doing is, I mean, I'm just letting you know that it ain't really necessary, but you want to do it. Is that what you?
Oh
Yeah.
no, it's fine. If you don't think it's necessary, it's cool.
Yeah, I know it ain't necessary. We ain't been doing no banner for the last 2 or 3 years. And then all of a sudden, well, I mean, if it helps, you think it helped the people, because we don't want to get nobody all round up and twisted. I'm back. Go upstairs. Mina.
I'm gonna go downstairs.
Yeah, I'm great. Text or something. I extinguished Diddy's LA mansion. What is YouTube? Oh man, check this out, man. We're on the live side. Just to let y'all know, every Monday, once we get 2 people to register for our YouTube growth system, our YouTube course, every Monday we're gonna be going live on our Monday lives is going to be talking about YouTube, all about I'm tired of talking about all this negativity stuff. So let's do some positive to move forward. Every Monday, I don't know what time, it's probably gonna be long early or whatever, to actually, hey Kyla, talk about YouTube, how to grow a YouTube channel, all the problems and all the stipulations that come along with being a full-time YouTuber. Haha. So if you want to take my YouTube class, come join. We're going to be on the Music Recording Network live. Go over to our live channel. You might as well get all this stuff together right now, because Uncle Mike is going to teach you how to make money online, baby. It feels so good. Hey, anyway, disclaimer. You want to the story, narrative, and everything. Y'all know this is this is entirely fictional. Oh, I don't even want to play it now. Daggone, this is not a real story. So should we go
Stories
to
narrated are entirely fictional and created for entertainment purposes only, and a resemblance to real events, individuals, or situations.
That took the wind out your sails, didn't it?
Yeah, but anyway, let's play it anyway, man. I extinguished Diddy's LA mansion. What I found inside haunts me forever. Golly. Y'all hit that subscribe button, hit that bell.
Now we up here spreading fake news. Come on with the fake news.
Yeah.
Hey there, viewers, especially those tuning in from Los Angeles.
I don't want to do this.
You don't want to do fake news now?
No, what y'all think? What you think? Should we do it? It's an hour long.
I told you I sent you something funny to lighten the mood yesterday. So
we need that now. We need to lighten the mood now.
No,
I mean it was kind of dim yesterday, man. It got down with that last one that you had. That was 3 hours of the same thing, but
yeah, but it's only early for us, so
yeah, it is. It's early. I mean, let's see what everybody wants. You guys, what we watching the Simpsons?
Well, this says Simpsons predict for 2025 are insane. Y'all know the Simpsons always predict things and then it happen.
You know that's fake as well, don't you?
It is?
Yeah, that's been made up after the events.
You talking about
Well,
the
more
Simpsons
fake
stuff?
news.
Yeah, the Simpsons stuff, where people are saying that the Simpsons have predicted stuff. It's been made up after the events.
Okay.
But I love the Simpsons. I've got nothing against the Simpsons, but that stuff has been made up after the events.
Well, you're 0 for 2, Mike, aren't you? Look at you.
Yeah, but I thought it was a couple of ones that was beforehand. But
Linda's not true, Murph. Not true, Murph. Right. Okay. Send me some stuff, Linda. Send me some stuff, because I've watched lots of it. And,
okay, here we go.
Can you hold a sign?
Let's watch this. Okay, yeah, let's lighten the mood by watching some Simpsons. Y'all hit the subscribe button, hit the bell. We're gonna watch some terrifying Simpson prediction for 2025. That's the same one.
You know it. $150. Woohoo! Do you care who the next president is? No. Come with me.
Hold on to your remote, because The Simpsons isn't just entertaining us anymore. It's basically a time traveler in cartoon form.
Even at years, you gotta love that crazy chorus.
From flying cars to robotic takeovers, this show has predicted some seriously futuristic stuff, and guess what? We're living it right now.
You guys are my new best friends!
You wish, loser!
It's like the writers had a secret portal to 2024, and we're just here riding the wave. And it's not just random guesses. These predictions are uncannily accurate, almost like the show isn't just watching the future unfold, but playing a part in shaping it.
Wow.
The Trumptastic Voyage. Let's talk The Simpsons and their prediction powers. Specifically, how they somehow called Trump's 2016 presidency and his latest campaign moves way back in 2015. It all happened in Trump-tastic Voyage, a mini episode that's just so. Homer, he gets recruited to be a paid supporter for Trump, which is a satirical wink at how some rallies get their hype going. But this isn't just Homer holding a sign and cheering. He gets literally pulled into the world of Trump's hair. Yep, Trump's infamous hairstyle takes him on a wild journey. And that's where things get eerily relevant to today.
Like and subscribe right now, and you'll have amazing luck for the rest of the week.
Inside this golden whirlpool, Homer spots campaign signs plastered with dates. Trump 2012, Trump 2016, and, here's the kicker, Trump 2024, and even Trump 2028. When the short aired, these dates seemed like a funny nod to Trump's non-stop media presence. But in real life, Trump's actual 2016 run shook up the political landscape. Known for his brash style, Trump won the Republican nomination against all odds, then went on to defeat Hillary Clinton. He was unlike any previous president, with an approach that polarized opinions and sparked endless debates. Fast forward to 2020. Trump's re-election bid became a huge moment in U.S. politics, with people divided more than ever over his policies. This time, he was up against Joe Biden, who ultimately won. But Trump continued to dominate headlines with his insistence that the election had been stolen, leading to months of controversy and investigations. But here we are in 2024, and Trump has won again, proving that the Simpsons might have been onto something when they hinted at a series of Trump campaigns that just wouldn't quit.
Now, this Simpsons episode they talking about was way before this happened, right, Murph?
Yeah, no, it's
Hell
not.
no.
It's way before it happened. Yeah, but what people need to understand, and this is just my because I watch The Simpsons religiously, right?
Mm-hmm.
And and have done since I was a kid.
Have you seen this episode?
Yeah, I've seen every single episode that there is of The Simpsons because that's how much of a child I am, right? And what they do is they go back and re-edit the episodes of certain people with them in it, and make it to look like that it's been predicted before it's actually happened.
So what you're saying is this episode of him being pulled into his hair and floating with these dates, they added that afterwards?
Yes. And then they go back to that certain episode and re-edit it and then put it back as if it was the original episode.
Okay. All right, let's keep going.
Which one is cuter? Like for the dog, comment for the cat.
So, with Trump back in office in 2024, fans are wondering, will he really make it to Trump 2028 like Homer saw? The prediction is almost spooky at this point, as it mirrors Trump's relentless drive and influence in the political world. Love him or hate him, it's clear he's not going away quietly. And The Simpsons? Well, they're still the show that keeps everyone guessing if they've seen the future, one laugh at a time. If you're loving these Simpsons predictions, hit that like button and subscribe. You won't want to miss what's coming next. The high-flying vision of the future. Imagine soaring above traffic, cutting your commute in half, and forgetting about gridlock. The Simpsons gave us a glimpse of this futuristic fantasy way back in 2005 in the episode Future Drama. Bart and Lisa get a look into the future, where Homer and Bart cruise around in a hover car, a scene that seems less like sci-fi and more like a teaser of what might actually be coming. While we're not quite hovering in the sky yet, technology is racing in that direction. Flying cars, as The Simpsons envisioned, are inching closer to reality thanks to companies like Samsung Sky. Their upcoming Switchblade flying car might not hover exactly, but it can transform from a three-wheeled road vehicle into a plane. After more than 14 years of development, Samsung Sky is set to start delivering the Switchblade soon. Imagine driving out of your garage, heading to a small airport, and watching as your car unfolds wings and becomes a fully functioning aircraft in just minutes. And this isn't a sci-fi daydream. It's actually set for production. The Switchblade can reach speeds up to 200 miles per hour and fly as high as 13,000 feet. That's way beyond what most of us would expect from a car. This high-tech vehicle has been in development since 2009, going through multiple design tweaks to improve safety, aerodynamics, and comfort. Samsung Sky even redesigned the wing and interior space recently to give it an added edge.
I wonder how much something like that'll cost.
I'm
Man.
not going to give the Simpsons credit for this one because we had a little show called The Jetsons where they were flying around way
Yeah,
before the
right.
Simpsons ever started. So I'm sorry, the Simpsons can't get this one. The
No,
Jetsons
and it's somebody, even Elon Musk has said that it's never going to happen. It's never going to happen that we're going to be flying through, because how can you possibly have roads in the sky? You can't.
Yeah,
Do you know
no,
what I mean?
No, you
they've
can.
had
You
flying
can.
cars for a while. They've had flying cars for a while.
Oh no, they've had they're off
No,
like
just like the Simpsons and stuff.
beauty.
You can. You just gotta strategically do it.
Strategically, yes.
Imagine how many unalivings there's going to be.
Well, shit. Look at the cars. They unliving as we speak. It's a
Yeah,
lot.
but we're on ground and we have roads.
Right, and people still unaliving. No matter what we do, we gonna
So
make.
imagine now, Mike. You're about to get on a plane, right? And sorry
Yeah.
to bring that into it, and you're scared of, for the last couple of weeks you've been scared of getting on that plane.
Right, I'm scared. I'm scared of
So
getting in my car driving down the street too. You can die.
Imagine
on a train.
Imagine planes and
that
cars.
is ridiculous, Murph. That is ridiculous.
It's not ridiculous. How is it ridiculous? So you've got planes and cars flying in the sky.
Right. Well, they make it as safe as they can. If the plane crash, you dead. I mean, just like a car crash, you dead. A motorcycle crash, you dead. But they're gonna try their best to make it as I want one. Fuck what you heard.
I
want one.
I don't get your logic. I don't get your logic.
But I understand. You're saying, look, first of all, less people die in planes than they do in automobiles.
Yes, Mike. Yes, and I 100% agree with. Right, so it's given fact that plane travel is the safest form of transport that there is. Right. Okay. Then introduce flying cars in the same space as planes. Right. When even ducks get.
No, they're not in the same place. The cars is on the ground. The airplanes is in the air.
No, I said flying cars.
Yeah, they flying in the air. Go ahead.
Where do planes fly?
In the air. Everybody. Here's the thing. Everybody got to pick their altitude or longitude or latitude or whatever the hell. They can figure it out. There's plenty of space.
Yeah, but how many? Right. So if we just look at people driving on the ground, how many bad drivers are there?
Shoot, you talking about in my neighborhood or your?
I'm talking about just let's stick to your neighborhood.
Right. It's it's about 10 of them in my neighborhood. The neighborhood next door
Right.
to us.
So now imagine those people. Imagine those people with flying cars.
Right. You got flying police that going to pull them over because if you driving your car 80 miles an hour with 90, it's the same. This whole scenario we're talking about.
How do you pull somebody over in a flying
I don't know,
car?
man. I don't make planes. I don't know, but they're going to figure it out. Here's the thing. Here's the thing, Murph. What you're talking about, you sound just like the people man, I don't want no car driving me. I'm no electric car driving me all around the place. I don't trust it.
No, I don't.
These same people, when the automobile was first made, they wanted to stick to the donkey and the horse. I love my horse and my donkey. I ain't getting in that machine. That thing take gas. It might blow up. Now cars is all over the world.
You're telling me you want to sit in a car that's going to drive you so you can go to sleep and it gets you there.
Damn right. I had a Tesla. I can't wait. And I was trying to go to sleep. I would be on my phone. The car be riding down the street. I'd be like this the whole time.
I love driving.
I don't even look up no more. First, you do like this. Now I get in. I put the cruise control on, and Whatever, dude. If you hit something, you just hit something. Right now, I'm busy. All the way to work.
Hey,
Long as
this,
there's a car in front of me, yeah, that thing. And guess what? That car never let me down that one time. I hit somebody. And it was like, you was driving it. No, if I was driving in auto drive, then I would have never hit the person. Let's keep going. Drinking this water because when I get on that plane, baby, I don't want no problem. No.
Now, the Switchblade is closer to a commercial dynamics and comfort. Samson Sky even redesigned the wing and interior space recently to give it an added edge. Now, the Switchblade is closer to a commercial reality, with a projected takeoff around 2026. The concept of flying cars isn't new. Engineers have been testing various prototypes for decades, but safety concerns, regulations, and high costs kept them from taking off. Literally. Samson Sky's Switchblade is street legal, meaning it can travel on the road just like any other car, making it one of the most realistic iterations of the flying car concept we've seen yet. However, you'd need a pilot's license to operate one, adding a whole new dimension to what driving means in this future. The Simpsons didn't just envision a cool new way to travel, they anticipated a solution to an everyday headache. Traffic congestion costs Americans billions in lost time every year, not to mention the frustration. With flying cars, we could bypass traffic completely, taking direct routes that save time and open up new possibilities for commuting and travel. Homer's hover car may have been a comedic touch, but the dream it represents is closer than ever. With real companies pushing boundaries in aerospace technology, the Simpsons' vision of the future might not be so far-fetched. So, who knows? In a few years, we might find ourselves flying to work like Homer did. Proof that the Simpsons might just have a crystal ball after all. But before we get all caught up in 2024, let's rewind and check out some of the Simpsons spot-on predictions from years past. The Simpsons Submarine Saga. In The Simpsons Season 17, Episode 10, Homer's Paternity Coot, Homer finds himself on an underwater treasure hunt with a man he thinks might be his long-lost dad, Mason Fairbanks. They set off in their own submersibles, all excited about discovering treasure in a sunken ship called Piso Mojado. Of course, Homer being Homer, things go sideways fast. His sub gets stuck in some coral, his oxygen starts running low, and before you know it, he's passed out cold, only to wake up 3 days later in the hospital. Now, here's where it gets freaky. When this episode aired, no one was thinking it would mirror a real-world disaster. Flash forward to June 2023, and fans were suddenly remembering Homer's underwater misadventure after the real-life Ocean Gate submersible tragedy. That sub, carrying 5 people on an expedition to explore the Titanic wreck, tragically imploded, resulting in the passing of everyone aboard. The parallel between Homer...
Now, one thing I don't have no interest in is going in the water, deep down in the water. If I can swim back to a boat, I'm good. If I can swim back to shore, I'm good. I have no intentions. I don't care how safe they think it is to go down deep down in some water.
Yeah.
I don't even...
I don't mind water.
I was saying that tragedy was senseless, honestly.
I don't even want to scuba dive.
Mm-hmm.
If I need some the oxygen tank on me while I'm going down, hell no. No, I don't want that. No thank you.
Homer's oxygen-deprived fate and the Ocean Gate passengers' deadly end isn't just eerie, it's borderline creepy. Sure, The Simpsons has a history of making predictions, but this one hits a little too close to home. Homer's escapade, which starts as a goofy treasure hunt, quickly turns dangerous when his sub gets trapped, much like the real Ocean Gate submersible that couldn't make it back to the surface. It's almost like Homer was the unofficial mascot for deep-sea disasters. And while we're not exactly calling out The Simpsons for some crystal ball-like clairvoyance, it's hard to ignore how the show often gets shockingly close to reality. The episode's blend of absurdity and tension shows how far the limits of exploration and technology can go, and how sometimes things can go wrong in ways you never see coming. Join the Navy? In the Simpsons season 12, episode 14, we get a glimpse into a weird and somewhat unsettling plot involving a boy band called Party Posse. Bart, Nelson, Milhouse, and Ralph form the group and drop a hit song, Dropped a Bomb. The music video for the song features a strange phrase, Ivan ate Nioj, which, when flipped, spells out join the Navy. But it's not just the phrase that stands out. The visuals are loaded with war-zone imagery, bombings, and women in stereotypically Arab outfits dancing provocatively while singing Ivan ate Nioj. Before long, the entire town of Springfield is humming the tune, unknowingly absorbing the subliminal message. Homer, too, finds himself repeating the phrase Ivan ate Nioj, showing just how deep the influence has spread. The big reveal? The music producer behind the whole thing turns out to be a Navy lieutenant. In the episode, Lisa uncovers that the military has been using music to sneakily recruit young people for years. It's not all just made-up nonsense. Back in World War II, the US government realized that movies, radio, and music could be powerful tools for pushing agendas, with entertainment being used to subtly shift public opinion, sometimes to encourage people to enlist in the military. And it wasn't just some wild idea. The CIA itself has acknowledged how media and propaganda played a role in influencing people during wartime. Now, fast forward to today. It's hard not to notice how music seems to affect our lives. You know that feeling when you can't get a song out of your head? Or how a catchy tune goes viral and everyone's listening to it, whether they want to or not. The truth is, music has always had this weird power to affect our emotions and decisions, from making us feel good to triggering nostalgic memories. But could it go even further than that? With streaming algorithms pushing certain songs to the top of charts, it makes you wonder if we're really choosing what we listen to, or if there's something behind the scenes shaping our playlists. Now, we're not saying we're all being secretly recruited by the Navy through our Spotify accounts. Although, who knows? But it's hard to ignore how music and media shape how we think and act. Whether we realize it or not, those songs we hear every day have a real impact, subtly influencing us in ways we might not always notice. So next time that catchy tune gets stuck in your head, remember, it might be more than just the beat getting you hooked. The Barbie buzz. In Lisa vs. Malibu Stacy, the show features a scene where a news anchor spends a ridiculous 28 minutes detailing the launch of a new Barbie doll, a clear jab at consumer culture. But here's where it gets odd. As the report wraps up, almost as an afterthought, the anchor casually mentions that the US president has just been arrested.
Oh, and the president was arrested for murder. More on that tomorrow night, or you can turn to another channel.
It's almost like the arrest wasn't as big of a deal as a toy hitting the shelves. Fast forward to 2023, and this exact scenario almost plays out to the letter. On April 4th, 2023, Donald Trump was arrested amid his legal battles. At the same time, the Barbie movie was making waves, and the world couldn't get enough of the hype. It was an intense moment, but in true Simpsons fashion, the timing felt eerily accurate. Wow. News outlets were all over the Barbie movie, from reviews to box office numbers, while Trump's arrest was treated as almost a side story. Just like in the episode, the big political drama took a backseat to pop culture, with all eyes on the latest Hollywood sensation instead. It's a bit of a punchline to think that The Simpsons predicted this shift in media priorities, but here we are. The episode didn't just capture the release of a doll, it nailed the kind of media obsession we see today, where, often, the trivial overshadows the important. The arrest of a former president should have been the headline, but instead, the world was more focused on pink plastic dolls and the glitz of a movie premiere. This prediction highlights how the media often gravitates toward the shiny, the sensational, and the headline-worthy, while the big stories get buried under a pile of distractions. It's the age-old problem of style over substance, and The Simpsons was way ahead of the curve in calling it out. So, while this might not technically be a 2024 prediction, the parallels to today's media landscape are too uncanny to ignore. In a world where pop culture often grabs more attention than politics, maybe it's time to give a little credit to The Simpsons, because once again, they nailed it. The future me. In The Simpsons, season 31, episode 11, Lisa gets a dose of unsolicited advice from an old man who tells her, "You'd be a lot prettier if you smiled." Classic. She shares this gem at the dinner table, and of course Bart, being Bart, brings up a puberty app that shows you how you'll look when you're older. Lisa's got the face of a disapproving adult at the table, but fast forward a few years and surprise, surprise, this whole aging yourself thing is an actual trend. We've all seen the viral apps by now. You know the ones. Face app, Instagram filters, or any app that promises to show you your future face. Because apparently, figuring out how you're going to look in 30 years is now as easy as applying a filter for a TikTok video. These apps weren't even a thing when the episode aired in 2020, but they sure as heck are now. It's like The Simpsons took a quick peek into the future, probably while sipping on a Duff beer, and saw all of us digitally aging ourselves in real time. These apps let you upload your photo, and suddenly, you're 60. The apps take a crack at showing you with a couple more wrinkles, some graying hair, and perhaps the face of someone who has had way too many Zoom meetings. Bart's joke about a puberty app in the episode doesn't seem so far-fetched anymore. The concept has gone from a throwaway joke to a massive digital trend. Everyone from teens to 50-year-olds can't resist the temptation to see how they'll look with that dad bod or grandma glasses combo.
That's crazy. That's facts. I never did it before, but I would love to see. That's
Me
fact.
neither. Not interested.
But hold
I'm
on.
good.
Just because we can see what we look like when we get older doesn't mean we should. Let's be real. Do we really need to add future self-anxiety to our list of daily stressors? First, it was that annoying pimple. Now it's wrinkles that you can't avoid. Thanks, Face App. But let's be honest, the only thing more fun than seeing yourself age with these apps is how extra we all get. There's something strangely hilarious about the way people share their transformed older selves on social media, like it's a major life achievement. What's even crazier? This episode aired in 2020, but the aging app trend didn't take off until a couple of years later. That's some serious Simpsons level foresight right there. They had the idea long before we were all hunting for the perfect filter to show off our future wrinkles. And just like that, they nailed yet another prediction. First it was Trump's arrest, and now it's us becoming obsessed with our future selves. What's next, Simpsons? Are you going to tell us that our pets will be posting selfies too? The hologram hustle. Technology is moving at lightning speed, and just when we think we've caught up, The Simpsons is already 10 steps ahead. Take, for example, an episode where Homer and Marge receive a holographic wedding invitation from Artie, a guy who could have married Marge instead of Homer. It seemed like a funny, futuristic gag at the time, but today, we're getting closer to the reality of holograms being used for communication in ways we never imagined. As of now, we've got something similar to the holograms The Simpsons encountered, DreamOck HD3. This impressive three-sided holographic display can project a 3D image of anyone or anything, anywhere in the world. It's already being used in certain tech stores, like Best Buy, where it's displayed to showcase products in an entirely new way. But imagine the possibilities, meeting friends or family from across the globe as if they're right there in your living room. Or how about a holographic concert where your favorite artist performs right in front of you, without the need for a plane ticket or a crowded venue? While holograms aren't in everyone's homes just yet, things are moving quickly. Companies like Microsoft, Facebook, and other tech giants are heavily investing in this kind of immersive experience, even for business meetings and virtual events. At the same time, there's a growing interest in using holograms for entertainment. Think concerts, theatrical performances, or immersive video games where you feel like you're part of the action. With advancements in VR and AR, it's only a matter of time before the technology becomes more affordable and accessible to the average consumer. Imagine not just seeing a 3D image of a product before buying it, but interacting with it in real time. Or what if we could have a face-to-face conversation with someone far away, without them ever leaving their home? The technology is still developing, but it's easy to see how holograms could become a common part of our lives, transforming how we connect, work, and experience entertainment. While we may not yet be sending and receiving holographic gig invitations like Bart, the future is looking pretty bright for holograms, proving once again that The Simpsons really did know what was coming.
That's crazy.
Simpsons, robots, and the rise of AI.
Working hard or hardly working? It's a simple question. Am I?
In an episode of The Simpsons, Homer's boss introduces a future where robots aren't just coming, they're taking over. In this vision,
I'm gonna let y'all know right now, if I can afford a robot, I'm gonna have a AI robot, one of them Tesla things or whatever. I'm going to train that thing to do reactions. I'm gonna have the first robot doing reactions. I swear to God, I am. Just to see how many people, and I'm gonna be up and sit here watching. He go, today's reaction, he gonna do everything.
Homer and his colleagues are tasked with training robots to take over their jobs, a premise that feels eerily familiar today. As the robots slowly begin to replace the workers, Homer somehow retains his position, but it's not without some effort. He resorts to using tricks to connect with the robots, showing the strange lengths humans might go to try and outwit the machines. It's a quirky, satirical take on automation. But in the real world, we're seeing the lines between human workers and their robotic replacements blur faster than ever. Fast forward to today, and the technology depicted in that Simpsons episode is no longer a far-off comedic idea. AI robots and automation are already deeply integrated into workplaces around the globe. From self-checkout machines replacing cashiers to sophisticated AI assistants like Siri or Alexa, handling everything from scheduling to making jokes. We're living in a world that's eerily close to Homer's robotic future. In recent years, we've seen the rise of AI and automation in industries ranging from retail to manufacturing to even more creative fields like content creation. Companies like Boston Dynamics have already developed robots capable of complex tasks, while tech giants like Google and Microsoft have unveiled AI tools that can write articles, code software, and even pass medical exams. It's no longer a question of if robots will take over jobs, but when, and which jobs are next. But just like Homer, humans aren't giving up that easily. We see a growing push for retraining programs and even debates over the ethics of AI replacing human workers. While AI may be able to perform many tasks more efficiently, it still lacks human intuition, creativity, and the emotional intelligence needed in many professions. As robots continue to evolve, there's the constant question of how far we're willing to let them replace us, without losing what makes us uniquely human. Homer's desperate attempts to connect with the robots in the episode may have been exaggerated for comedic effect, but they highlight a real, ongoing struggle in our own world. How do we coexist with machines that are designed to outperform us? And who knows, maybe Homer's persistence in holding on to his job is a hint about how we, too, will find ways to adapt and thrive in a world that's becoming more automated by the day. How the Simpsons predicted autocorrect's rise.
The idea was, with autocorrect, was to give you software assistance, figure out what you meant to type. You would just go as quickly as you could and the software would help you.
In the Simpsons episode Lisa on Ice, there's a small tech moment that ended up shaping how we use our devices today. In one scene, the school bully, Dolph, tries to use Apple's first personal digital assistant, the Newton. He types out a threatening message, "Beat up Martin." But in true Newton fashion, the device struggles with handwriting recognition, turning Dolph's angry note into something totally random. "Eat up Martha." At the time, the Newton's poor handwriting recognition was a punchline. It was supposed to be this futuristic device, but it couldn't decipher real human writing to save its life. Instead of translating Dolph's message correctly, it generated a nonsensical and hilarious glitch. While this moment was comedic, it also turned out to be a bit of a tech prophecy. Who could have guessed that a simple "eat up Martha" would play a part in shaping the future of Apple? By the early 2000s, Apple was preparing to launch the iPhone, and they were determined not to repeat the Newton's mistakes. Engineers knew they had to design a more reliable text input system to avoid another embarrassing failure. The "Eat Up Martha" incident became an inside joke at Apple, a cautionary tale that reminded the team of the importance of accuracy when it came to typing. If they didn't nail it, their new device could face the same fate as the Newton. The solution? Autocorrect. This new feature, which would later become standard on every smartphone, was built to predict and correct errors as you typed. By analyzing language patterns and learning from user input, autocorrect could make educated guesses about what you meant to say, improving the typing experience and minimizing mistakes. Of course, autocorrect still has its quirky moments. Sometimes it corrects too much or too little, resulting in some hilarious and occasionally embarrassing blunders. But these glitches are a reflection of the complexities of language and the challenges of artificial intelligence. So next time you laugh at an autocorrect fail, remember, it all started with a bully, a botched message, and a device that couldn't get it right. The Simpsons may have been poking fun at tech, but in doing so, they unintentionally pushed Apple toward a major innovation that's still with us today. When Gaga Goes Animated. Lisa Goes Gaga may not be everyone's favorite Simpsons episode, but there's one thing it absolutely nailed: predicting Lady Gaga's iconic Super Bowl halftime performance. The episode aired back in 2012, long before Gaga wowed millions with her 2017 Wire stunt. And yet, the animated version of Gaga was shockingly ahead of its time. In the episode, Gaga swoops into Springfield to help Lisa with some classic teen angst. Because, of course, who better to solve your existential problems than Lady Gaga herself? As part of her grand entrance, Gaga is dressed in a bizarre, wire and light encrusted outfit. But here's the kicker. Her animated look in this episode is a near identical match to the stunt Gaga pulled off during her Super Bowl halftime show 5 years later, where she descended from the sky, sparkling and dazzling in a similar wire-based outfit. Now, it's not like The Simpsons has a direct line to Lady Gaga's wardrobe, unless of course they do, but it's still pretty insane that they managed to predict her Super Bowl stunt to such detail. Gaga, the queen of over-the-top performances, took to the skies at Super Bowl 51 in a dramatic wire harness, descending into the stadium to the delight of millions of viewers. The visuals were straight up sparkly, futuristic, and totally Gaga. And if you were watching The Simpsons in 2012, you'd already seen her make this electrifying entrance in animated form. So, what's next for The Simpsons? Will they predict humans living on the sun, or something even crazier? Only time will tell, but you know we'll be watching.
That's crazy, man. All right. I wanted to hit this dude right here.
Electrifying entrance in animated.
Welcome to the Twilight.
Anyway, I just wanted to pull that one up. I don't know if y'all want to shoot. I could sit here and watch some Simpsons stuff all day long.
I love The Simpsons, mate. I'm in love with The Simpsons. I just think this whole thing is just way too far-fetched.
Okay.
Yeah, I never watched The Simpsons. I can pass, but you know, Simpsons was never my thing. You're muted, Mike. I didn't mute you.
I mute myself because I was going to ball up these waters.
How about looking at the alternative view, right? So these things happened in real time, right? So let's just say that what I'm saying that what I said earlier about them going back and editing stuff is false. How about that people just watched episodes of The Simpsons and then copied The Simpsons?
Yeah, especially the last one. They was like, here you go, you fly. The Simpsons put this thing out where the girl is flying all through Lady Gaga, you should do that. That's a good idea.
Well,
Let's do it from the Simpsons.
That outfit that was on the outfit that was in the cartoon looked like the same outfit that Madonna wore when she wore the cones on her tatas years ago.
Yeah, and the outfit that Lady Gaga wore looked nothing like the outfit that was on.
Valerie said, did they not predict their cancellation?
They haven't been cancelled. It's still going. It's still going. The Simpsons is still on.
I remember Madonna wearing that cone bustier that she had. I can't remember what year. It had to be in the 90s sometime, but she had a bustier with some cones on it. So her tatas was out in cones or whatever. I remember that. I don't remember what year it was.
Why people all of a sudden are going, oh, The Simpsons is like they're predicting the future. And it's like, no, they're not. It's people watching it from the past going, oh, we should do that.
I think it's the younger generation because their knowledge doesn't go back past 2000. So anybody after 2000, that's all they have is, The Simpsons. But if you knew before 2000, like the 80s and the 90s, you're like, yeah, no, no, before The Simpsons came on the scene. So,
but there's I'll also say that there is a lot of evidence that they've been back and edited videos.
All right. So, Stephanie, you want to play? Well, we did that one.
I sent you something you ain't played it.
Jesus, that's what I'm asking. Do you want to play it now?
Yeah, go. It's still in the. It's still in the group chat.
It's in the admin chat, right?
Oh, Jesus. Yes, it's still there in the same place. The Wildin' Out one, the compilation, and you're gonna have to say Murph is gonna have to say the stuff that we always got to say.
Yeah, so under section 107 of the 1976 Fair Use Policy Act, that's off. So we either need to go back to another live or.
Oh shit! I mean, shoot! God dog it.
Yeah, I remember when he did that. I was like,
oh man.
I was looking